Welcome back to the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We've got qualifying taking place here at Road America. Florida racing legend Bear Besky is out on the track now. Let's see how he does.
Alrighty guys, we out here getting ready to do qualifying. We're getting around the track here at Road America. Should be a fun race. 12 laps on this very long road course. We shouldn't have any issues with fuel or tires, I don't believe. We're going to find out though. But this is a very long road course and I got to remember how to drive this thing. Way out. Yeah, so this is a difficult road course for sure, definitely. You have to get a very happy middle point for the car, not being too loose, because you will just spin off on these corners in this in NASCAR Heat 5. But then you got to be able to make sure that you can be able to turn, because being too tight will not allow you to turn at all. So making sure you got the happy middle ground on all of those is really, really important here at Road America in NASCAR Heat 5. So anyways guys, welcome back to the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel and Florida Racing in NASCAR Heat 5. We had a third place finish last week at Kansas, and we are looking to have a decent day hopefully here at Road America. We got a lap time we got to put in right now. Let's see what we can do. 18th. Okay, well hey, we're staying consistent by qualifying 18th, and there's definitely areas of the track where I could have been a lot better, so that is not bad. We're gonna loosen up the race car just a little bit. It is a little bit tight in the corners, trying to put power down, so we're going to do that. Let's head out to the race and see what we can do here at Road America.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series roars back to Road America. It's time to see if Brandon Jones' unapproved modifications will bite him in the rear end, whether Jeff Green gave up qualifying position for new tires will work out good, or if Ray Black Jr. can recover from failed technical inspection. It's time for racing here at America's racetrack, Road America.
I gotta say, I really want to see this race come back to the Cup and Xfinity Series. Really, really want to see it come back, because this is just such a cool track to watch the racing on. I know it's a road course, but I gotta say, I really like watching the road courses. The strategy, especially if we remove the stages, please remove the stage breaks anyways from road courses again. I think we really need to do that. But I really enjoyed watching the strategy at this course, and we'd really like to see this track come back. So hopefully we'll get this course back, because it's a really cool racetrack, that's for sure. Alrighty, we are gonna go blazing in here. Who in the world is leading? We've got Harrison Burton leading. We got Jeremy Clements here having a decent day. We got all three Fords up into the top 5, which is huge. We're going to move Jeremy Clements out of the way. He should be able to keep going. Not a whole lot of contact there. A little bit of front end damage, but that's not super important here at the rear course. Woo. We already gained a ton of positions here. See if we can keep it. 11 laps of racing. We got 8 laps of fuel in the car, so that means we should have 1 pit stop, or if we get a caution as we run through the grass, we should be able to just get by with a top off of fuel and 4 tires. Hopefully, we'll find out. And we got Axel Bay up here. Axel Bay obviously good at the road courses. Nice to see him actually accurately depicted up here in the front. I don't remember how good Chase Briscoe was in the Xfinity Series of road courses. Seems like he was really good, especially with that GT350 Mustang paint scheme running around at Charlotte. Seemed like it was a fast car, but I did not recall super well. So we're going to go off track here. We get back on. Missed my braking zone. We'll get used to it here in a bit. Better to be making mistakes up here in the front than making mistakes in the far back, that's for sure. Got Hemrick right there, Poppy Bank following us. If I want to talk to me about my mortgage or something or other. Your mortgage needs to be refinanced. Well, some other such nonsense. Telemarketers. Oh. Alrighty, Briggs and Stratton, nice engines. Going into the WeatherTech turn. Nice and slow. And back to the throttle. Now we should be able to get these guys in the turns, hopefully, as they're going to be a little bit slower. But yeah, we put the majority of the field towards the back, and I don't think they're going to catch up to us too much. Already hitting the brake there. Should have reduced my brake bias. I forgot to do that. That is one thing at road courses that I got to do. I got to balance out my brake bias, and I did not do that. That is the one setting at these that you got to do, because all of the brakes in the front. So what you want to do is really balance that out so that you're not skidding the front tires nearly as much. I know that might sound incorrect to some, but for this game you definitely want to balance out your brakes, or else you're just going to really just skid all over the place. By the way, I think I have some merch about that. Skidding Through Life, I think it's got a skid steer on it. So if you guys want to check that out, you can check out the merch shop down in the description below. I think I have merchandise for that, I'm not sure. Funny saying that I came up with, that was funny. And I do like skid steers. Those things are cool to watch put the work in, so definitely like that. And hitting the brakes. Turn, 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 brrrr. Nicely done. Probably would get a ton of penalties here. As we're kind of cutting the course a little bit, but you know what? We're not getting any penalties, so we're just going to go with that. So here's the question. Do we pit before the rest of the field does? As we wouldn't go a lap down in case a caution would have happened. So let's talk strategy here. So we've got 6 laps of fuel remaining. We know we've got to pit to get fuel and tires. So do we pit earlier? Seeing what the tires are wearing. Tires are wearing pretty good. So do we pit earlier and get that fuel so that we are good to run to the end of the race? Or do we pit with everybody else? That's going to be the question. Lose track position, yes. But we would gain position if the whole field suddenly went under a caution and no one else pitted. Questions, questions, questions. In one sense, we'll have newer tires before the rest of the field. The rest of the sense, everyone else has newer tires at the end of the race. And not good. So, probably not, but that is an interesting strategy, especially if we were further in the back of the field. So that's definitely a decent strategy for us being in the far back. Also, somehow we've really got to work on our brake bias. I'm not sure what to do with that. Unfortunately, you can't adjust it. Obviously, that'll be interesting. Can we adjust our brake bias while racing in NASCAR 25? In the race. Not having to come to pit road to adjust it. Actually be able to adjust our brake bias while in the car while racing. We're going to get into our guy just a little bit. Let me straighten you out there, buddy. Sorry about that. That's going to be interesting. That obviously that is a feature in F1, the F1 games. That is a feature for those. So would we see that as we go through the grass? Going to cool off those tires just a little bit. That would be interesting to note. Into the wall, back onto the track. A little bit more damage. Wait. But yeah, that would be very, very interesting. Adjust our brake bias during the race. That could be very, very interesting. That would definitely change up the racing dynamic. Because obviously for the last few years, basically just on pit road and just race for the rest of the time. Whereas F1 games, you have the ability to adjust throughout the race. Because right now, I really need an adjustment on my brake bias because it is awful. So will that be in NASCAR 25? Maybe, maybe not. We will find out when we get there, but that would be a nice feature to have for racing, to be able to adjust your car while racing, but also it would be a realism in the game, which would be nice to have. I kind of sense that we probably won't have that for this rendition of the game, but maybe we'll get it. We'll see. We will see. But that would be something that could be very, very helpful for racing, because that would definitely help you adjust the car. Because right now, I really need some brake bias. I have not raced at this racetrack for a long time. That's not helping me either. But this car also needs brake bias. It needs it to be fixed. because it is not working very well for me. Where are we at on fuel? 5 laps of fuel remain. Good to know. That's going to put us around lap 8 that we will need to pit, because if we go to lap 9, we do have a high potential of running out. Yeah, so we'll definitely want to take at least a 1 tank of fuel. I would say a half tank, or a half a can of fuel, but I think we definitely want to take a full tank can of fuel. Keep saying the wrong thing. Alright, now we're getting some brake, and that's a little bit better. Definitely glad we loosened up the car a little bit, because it was not handling these turns nearly as well in qualifying. So giving the car a little bit of a loosening definitely helped it, but it's still way too tight and needs to be adjusted on. We need the grip, that's for sure, but it also just needs to be a little bit more flexible in the turns, because it's kind of just sliding through them, not really being able to have traction. So having a little bit of a looser car would help us out with that just a tad. Alright, we had some good corners until we threw it away right there. We had some really good corners there. Get back on the track. Go, 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 go. Interesting race so far. We are 9th, so we're not going to hurt for points. I mean, hey, we're up 9 positions from the start of the race. That's fantastic. So we're doing good. We're not having an issue. 4 laps of fuel remaining, so definitely come about lap 8. Hit the brakes. Nice coast. Go ahead and hit the throttle through there. Swing it wide. Alright, turn. Alright guys, so we're going to throw this out here. If we have a gap in between when this series ends and when NASCAR 25 comes out, as we miss our braking zone, what series would you guys like to see? Would you like to see a rally race, or would you like to see some dirt racing? We'll throw that out there, because obviously with the rally racing I can customize that so it's shorter depending on how long with release date is. Dirt racing I can do the same as well, so just let me know on that. I would say we could do F1 of one of the other series, but just that's a little bit harder to change up how many races are in a season, so it'll be easier to do one of the rally or dirt races, dirt series, to be able to run that. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about that, and we will work on a plan for that depending on when the release date of NASCAR 25 is. Who knows, by the time you watch this video and by the time I watch this video to edit it, we might already know when NASCAR 25 is coming out. Currently I don't know, but we will find out when we get there. Did we brake early enough? Yes we did. Sweet, hit that throttle, let's go. Need to be a little more aggressive with the car, but boy, I could really use a brake adjustment right about now. Alright, I think after this lap we will have the ability to pit anytime we want to. No one has had any caution issues so far in the race. Getting the lap right there, 6 laps remaining, so we can pit from this time forward and be able to make it to the end of the race. Where are we at on tires? Tires are doing pretty good. We're definitely eating up that left front there. I am not opposed to actually coming down pit road, seeing if we can adjust anything on the car to make it work a little bit better for us. Tires would definitely be helpful, but I'm wondering if, I don't think we can adjust brake bias in pit stop. It'd be nice if we could though. But that might be an option for us. We will have to wait and see here as we're hitting the brakes. Actually hit the brakes at the right time that time. Nice. We need more corners like that to really reel these guys in and not go sliding off every 10 seconds. Turn. Nice. See if we can gain these 2 positions back here for sure. there we go. Now we're doing a little bit better with the timing. Yep, that long right-hander, that definitely chews up the left side tire there. A little bit off into the grass for a moment. Back on track. See if we can't get around the run call here. Michael Net. Hey, yeah. Dude, this is my spot. Go away. Gain a spot to lose a spot. That's what we do. Oh, I see one guy on pit road, probably a mechanical issue or a flat tire. Ended up coming down to get that fixed. Yeah, one guy on pit road right now. No cautions on the track at the moment. Alright, we're gonna we're gonna come by next time by. Next time by, we will be pitting. Wondering what the field will do. See a few other guys in the back pitting as well. That's kind of interesting. Will we see a caution before that, or will we see a caution after that? That is going to be the question. What I know right now is that I really need to come down pit road so I can get myself a sip of water. Because I haven't been able to take my hands off of the controller at the moment to do that. Into the corner, nicely done. Accelerate. Get into the barrier. Now we got damage that we have to come down pit road for. Fuel and aero. Yep. We will work on getting that fixed, that's for sure. Wow. And radiator damage too, so that's nasty hit. Still 12th though in the field. Brakes, brake, go. And kept it on track. Luckily the group behind me is so far back that they should not be a issue for a while here. Looks like the leaders are pitting. Austin Cindric gambling to be able to make it around another lap. I don't think that gamble is going to work out too good here at Road America. It tends to be, once you hit that signal, you get like a lap and a half to be able to make it around. You don't typically have 2 laps of fuel left. Typically. Alright, a few other guys looks like they're staying out. We're coming to pit road here. There we go. Alright, fix the damage. Yeah, we don't have any adjustments. We are going to go down on the wedge a little bit. Now we're going to go up on the wedge. We're going to go up on the wedge. We're going to see if that helps us out just a tad. Fuel. Ooh, we can shorten our stop ever so slightly by taking a can and a half. We will do that. And while we come down pit road and let the pit crew do the job, we're going to have a wonderful sip of wonderful liquids and water. As we watch pit stop, this also raises another question that has popped into my mind. Will we see manual pit road controls? You have to bring it down to the correct speed and all of that, and manual entry into your pit lane. That would be kind of interesting. Alright, car is fixed. Back on track we go. No cautions happening. We are in the 24th position. Should be able to get around everybody. We did adjust the wedge here a little bit. We're going to see how that helps the car hang out in the corners. Hopefully it's going to help us out quite a bit. Fresh tires. Love them. Lots of grip there. Alright, Austin Cindric is now making his stop, so his strategy might have actually worked. We're going to have to wait and see. Going to hit the brakes here. And see where everybody ends up cycling out. Caution! Alrighty, we advance to 8th. It is NASCAR overtime here at Road America, which means we should have plenty of fuel. Alright, let's get to the front. Alright, over the line now. Go. Sending it. Nice and easy sending it, but still sending it nonetheless. Alright, let's get behind Burton here. Use him as our braking cue so that we don't make mistakes. Hopefully. Back to the throttle. Go. Gotta get to him. Yeah, we're gonna try and use Burton here as our... He's had a really good day. I think he's been leading for almost the majority of this race. Hitting the brakes here, coming into the corner, using him as our indicator. As I'm just kind of all over the place when it comes to hitting my braking marks. Saw that left front tire jump into the air, so that's pretty interesting. Got plenty of tire to work with here. As long as we can keep him within reach. Send him out there a little bit. He'll be able to make it back. Send the car. Come on. A little bit off into the grass there. Brandon Brown trying to make a comeback here. In Wisconsin, he's going to send himself into the wall a little bit. Jamie Clements up here too, trying to get a win. Remember, as long as we hit 1 lap to go, it is official. Get around Jamie Clements there, able to get back to the throttle. I actually hit a good brake mark there. That's sweet. Get around Brandon Brown. Go. Gotta get back to Harrison Burton here. Caution comes out right about now. The race is official. Let's see if we can't dive it in and get to Burton. Burton's fast, that's for sure. There's a reason why he's been leading this whole race, because he's good. Me? Well, I'm in second. Probably don't deserve to be in second, but we're there. Hit those brakes, nice and easy. Turn that car. Go. Off into the grass we go. Back to the throttle. I think we're going to get second here no matter what happens. Off into the grass a little bit, back onto the track. Yep, Burton's gone. Ain't no way we're getting back to him. Yep, Clement's trying to send it. Not a bad idea, actually. Second place is a pretty good points payout. We would gladly take second. Not a bad day. Could have probably made it if we had sent it a little bit harder into Burton, but didn't want to be that dirty. And there we go, second at Road America. Whew! Brake bias would have really helped in that race, let me tell you. It would have helped a whole lot. That's what I'm going to say. That's what we needed. Brake bias. Write it down. You need brake bias adjustments on the road courses. It helps you out a whole lot. Alright, so there we go. We got our top 10 of Harrison Burton, us, Jeremy Clements, Brandon Brown, Daniel Hemrick, Riley Herbst, Anthony Alfredo, Joe Graff Jr., Michael Nutt, and David Starr. And that leads us into the point standings. We are able to move up just above Brandon Jones, and we are now in second with our second place finish there. Very, very nice. And Harrison Burton able to jump up as well by getting that win. So that's going to be it for us here today, guys, in the NASCAR Xfinity Series and NASCAR Heat 5 with Florida Racing. Hopefully you enjoyed today's race. I needed brake bias. That is what we're taking away from today's race. Brake bias helps you out a whole lot. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys here next time. Bye-bye.